Hey, what's going on out there? I'm Sean Devine. Hope you all are doing well. In this tutorial, I want to show you how I'm utilizing the Elgato Stream Deck for productivity, for workflow enhancement, specifically in my music studio. So I think there's a lot of folks out there, myself included, that thought that the Stream Deck was just for streaming. However, this little device is extremely powerful in terms of setting up quick keys. You can automate different tasks, different sequences. You can set shortcuts in your DAW, which we're going to build a custom profile here in just a minute. All kinds of cool stuff that you can do. So let's go ahead and dive in. Real quickly, before we dive into the tutorial, I want to tell you about a giveaway that is being hosted by videobolt.net. They have offered you all 3 unlimited plans to create content, and I'm going to tell you how you can win that at the end of the video, so stay tuned. So this is the Stream Deck Customizer, and this is where you set up all the different keys on the Stream Deck device. And you can see here, this is my default system profile. So I've got some useful things here. First key is going to be my CPU as I'm filming and running the DAW and lots of other different things. It's good to just see how much we're kind of tapping into our CPU resources. Now, the other cool thing that you can do with Stream Deck is you can trigger any application. So for me, one of the applications that I'm constantly pulling up, even when I'm in Logic or the DAW, is the RME Total Mix FX. So I have a button for that, and if I click that, it will go ahead and just launch that app. I can, edit my routings there very easily. So it's just handy to pull that up. I also have the utility. So if I needed to make any changes there, just go to the system options here and select open, and just drag that over here, and then we can choose any application on your system. So if I want to change this to, say, the SSL 360, just click that. It will automatically set up a button. If you want to have some text there, you can have it, but it will go ahead and put that icon on the device. And then if I click it, it will launch that app. So handy to just set up any application you want very quickly with a quick key. Now, taking this a step further, we can actually set up what are called multi-actions on Stream Deck. This is very powerful because we can set up different actions that will sequentially happen when we click one of these buttons. So an example here is I have one set up that will trigger a time machine backup. Now, for those of you, again, in the studio or doing anything creatively, we talk about how important it is to back up throughout the day. Having a quick key right here on Stream Deck is a good reminder, and it's very, very easy for me to just hit this button and trigger that. In order to set that up, I have first the open application, and it will open up Terminal. And then after opening the application, I have it set up to trigger a text string. So we can select this text over here, and then we can have the Stream Deck type in any string of text that we want. In this case, this is the instruction in Terminal to start that time machine backup, and then it's going to press enter after the message. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll click this disk button, and you'll see there's Terminal. It typed that string, it hit enter, and if we go up here, it's preparing the backup. So it's ready to go. I can do that throughout the day very, very easily and make sure I'm on top of keeping my system backed up. I've also got the lock button. So if I step away from my laptop or something and I want to just log out, I can very easily do that. I've also got a button to turn off the Stream Deck display. If I hit that, it will just go dim. I can hit it again and it comes back on. And the last one, I set up on all of my profiles to switch between the profiles. So if I click that button, it will scroll to my streaming setup. If I click it again, it scrolls back to my system profile. Another useful key that I have set up on my default profile is a timer. So if I click this little stopwatch, it will automatically start an hour-long timer. This is very useful for me. I like to take frequent ear breaks after about 45 minutes to an hour throughout the day. Very important as an engineer or a producer, any of you who are working in the studio. Also, it's good to just be able to know how much time I'm investing into a session. If you want to set up more profiles, which let's just, for example, set up one for our DAW right now with some different transport controls. Maybe we'll do something interesting with the multi-action. Just going to go up here and we're going to do a new profile. And I'm going to go ahead and delete whatever it puts in here by default. And we're going to rename this to Logic Pro X. And another cool thing that you can do is you can either make it your default or you can set this to a specific application, meaning whenever I open Logic, it will automatically switch to that profile. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll just go and select the Logic Pro X application. And so now when I open up Logic, it's going to automatically switch to that. A lot of people just like to have buttons, physical buttons for transport controls like, rewind, fast forward, stop, play, and record. So we'll very easily set those up on our Stream Deck. So we'll go to Configure Stream Deck. We got a blank deck here. We need to set up some hotkeys or key commands. So I'm just going to drag a few of these over from our System menu. And then if you don't know your key commands for these different things in your DAW, you can just go to the key command menu and we can search, like rewind. And if you didn't know that, then just click it. It'll show you what it is. Mine are set up to comma and period for rewind and forward. So we will go ahead and plug those in here. I'm going to click down here where it says click to assign. We'll click it and we'll do a comma. This one's going to be period for fast forward. My play is obviously spacebar, so we'll click that. And then finally, this one for record is R. So I'll type that in there. If you don't want that typing there, we can just delete those. And then we can also set up some different icons. So just go in here, go to Open Stream Deck Library. So now when we go back into Logic, we should have our rewind and our forward. We've got play, and of course we have record. So very easy to set up a number of different transport controls for any DAW right there on Stream Deck. So just to get your wheels turning, let's do a multi-action for Logic. Let's just say that I was dragging in some different beat multi-tracks. So I was going to record with these, or maybe I'm going to mix them. There's certain things that I do in every mix or every session I start up. And so rather than having to do those, I can just set up one button to, do some of these tasks sequentially with the Stream Deck. So let's just say that I was going to be dragging in some multi-tracks from a beat. So we'll go ahead and just move these into Logic. Create new tracks. The first thing would be setting up a VCA track for my instrumental or for my beat. So I'm going to go back to Stream Deck and we're going to set a multi-task or multi-action. So we'll drag that over here. And the first action is going to be a hotkey. So we're going to drag hotkey over here. And the hotkey for creating a VCA is Control Option V for me. So we're going to click down here, Control Option V. To create the VCA for all these instrumentals, we also need to select all the tracks. So I'm going to do another hotkey, and we're going to move that actually above that. And this is just going to be Command A, which is select all. So once I've dragged the instrumental tracks in, it's going to select all those. It's then going to create my VCA. And then let's also do something like activate low latency mode. My hotkey for low latency is Control Option L. So it will turn on low latency mode. And then let's say we want to bring up the color palette so that I can make all of my mixer tracks the same color, just an organizational thing. So we'll do one more hotkey here last, which is going to be Option C. So we had all our beats stuff in here. I've got this button and I'm going to click it. Okay, so we hit it and you see it routed all of my beat tracks to a VCA. So we'll go ahead and name that beat. And you see it activated low latency mode, and it also brought up our color palette. So when they're all selected, we can very easily go ahead and change the color of all the tracks. We'll go ahead and put the switch profile here as the last key, again, just so that we can continue to scroll between our different profiles very easily. All right, y'all, that is a very quick look at the Stream Deck and how we can utilize it in a music studio environment to power up your productivity, set up all kinds of cool shortcuts to really maximize your workflow in the DAW. And again, this is not just a device for streaming. As you can see here, it has certainly created a lot of useful things for me that save me time. Those who stuck around for the videobolt.net giveaway, I'm going to be selecting 3 lucky winners from the comments section, and you're going to be receiving a yearly unlimited plan, meaning you can create as many visualizers, as many promos for your social media, all kinds of different stuff that you can do on there. If you're seeing this after the fact or you didn't win the giveaway, I also have an exclusive 20% off discount in the description below, so click that link if you're interested in videobolt.net. If you have any questions or comments about the Stream Deck, feel free to leave them below. Maybe you have some cool shortcuts you'd like to share with us. We'd love to hear about those as well. Please like, subscribe, and consider sharing. Hit that notification bell for more, and we'll talk to you soon.